Ready, you can start, Madhya. I'll share the screen also in the meantime.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh,
Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All grace to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Today we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 8, verses 255 to 280, talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. Text 255. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all topics people listen to, which is the best for all living entities? Text 256. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, among all worshipable objects, which is the chief? Text 257. And what is the destination of those who desire liberation and those who desire sense gratification? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked. Text 258. Ramananda Rai continued, those who are devoid of all transcendental mellows are like the crows that suck the juice from the bitter fruit of the Nimba tree of knowledge, whereas those who enjoy mellows are like the chikus who eat the buds of the mango trees of love of Godhead. 259. Ramananda Rai concluded, the unfortunate empiric philosophers taste the dry process of the philosophical knowledge, whereas the devotees regularly drink the nectar of love of Krishna. Therefore, they are the most fortunate of all. 260. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai passed the whole night relishing the mellows of Krishna Katha, topics about Krishna. While they are chanting, dancing, and crying, the night ended. Text 261. The next morning, they both departed to perform their respective duties. But in the evening, Ramananda Rai returned to meet the Lord again. 262. That evening, after discussing the topics of Krishna for some time, Ramananda Rai caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord and spoke as follows. 263. There is a variety of transcendental truth, the truth about Krishna, the truth about Radharani, the truth about their loving affair, the truth about transcendental humors, and the truth about the Lord's pastimes. 264. You have manifested all this transcendental truth in my heart. This is exactly the way Narayana educated Lord Brahma. 265. Ramananda Rai continued, the super soul within everyone's heart speaks not externally, but from the within. He instructs the devotees in all respects, and that is his way of instruction. 266. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly or indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusionary representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universe, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of natures, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him. Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusionary representation of the material world, I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Text 267. Ramananda Rai, he then said that he had but one doubt within his heart, and he petitioned the Lord, please be merciful upon me and just remove my doubt. 268. Ramananda Rai then told Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at first I saw you appear like a sannyasi, but now I am seeing you as a Shyamasundara, the cowhead boy. Text 269. I now see you appearing like a golden doll, and your entire body appeared covered by the golden luster. 270. I see that you are holding the flute to your mouth, and your lotus eyes are moving very restlessly due to the various ecstasies. 271. I actually see you in this way, and this is very wonderful. My Lord, please tell me without duplicity what is causing this. Text 272. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "You have a deep love for Krishna, and one who has such deep ecstatic love for the Lord naturally sees things in such a way. Please take this from me to be certain." 273. A devotee advanced on the spiritual platform sees everything movable and inert as a supreme Lord. For him, everything he sees here and there is but a manifestation of Lord Krishna. 274. The Mahabhagavata, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly seize their form. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the forms of the Supreme Lord. Text 275. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, a person advanced in devotional service sees within everything the soul of souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. Consequently, he always sees the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a cause of all causes and understand that all things are situated in him. Text 276. The plants, creepers, and trees were full of fruits and flowers due to ecstatic love of Krishna. Indeed, being so full, they were bowing down. They were inspired by such deep love for Krishna that they were constantly pouring showers of honey. In this way, the gopis saw all the forest of Vrindavana. Text 277. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear Raya, you are an advanced devotee and are always filled with the ecstatic love of Radha and Krishna. Therefore, whatever you see, anywhere and everywhere, simply awaken your Krishna consciousness. Text 278. Ramananda Rai replied, my dear Lord, please give up all these serious talks. Please do not conceal your real form from me. Text 279. Ramananda Rai continued, my dear Lord, I can understand that you have assumed the ecstasy and bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani. By accepting this, you are tasting your own personal transcendental humor and have therefore appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 280. My dear Lord, you have descended in this incarnation of Lord Chaitanya for your own personal reasons. You have come to taste your own spiritual bliss, and at the same time, you are transforming the whole world by spreading the ecstasy of love of Godhead. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madhya. Let me go back to the verse and then we'll describe the brief context and then we'll go back to the specific verses that we are covering today. So the context is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is on a South India tour from Jagannath Puri. He was going on a South India tour and he came to meet Ramananda Rai. And at the bank of the Godavari River, they were meeting every day. And interestingly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked one question after another, and he elicited answers from Ramananda Rai by blessing him with the answers also. So that we'll cover also in this section today, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blesses him. So there are broadly four questions in this section, in this conversation. One was, what is the highest perfection of human life? What is the sadhya? What is the highest perfection? Like that he asked. And then Ramananda Rai proposed several answers to share what is the highest perfection of human life, all the way going up to the exalted position of conjugal love of Krishna and gopis, like that. And then he expressed that Srimati Radharani's love is the topmost, like that. That is the sadhya, that is the highest perfection. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him to explain the truth about Radharani, truth about Krishna, and truth about Radharani and Krishna's pastimes. So Ramandara explains both the Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, and the glories of the Radha Krishna pastimes. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the third question. So third question was, what is the sadhana to attain that sadhya or the highest perfection we discussed? So what is the sadhana? So then Ramananda responds, talking about how Gopis loves, first he glorifies, and then he talks about Raganuga Marga, that is following in the footsteps of Gopis. Uh, so that, like that he gives the answers about the third question, which is the what is the perfect process. That means um, devotion service Bhakti Yoga first, but then within Bhakti Yoga, Raganuga Bhakti, like that he talks about Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Then the section that we are in, we're ending up today, first few verses, is the what are the greatest things he's asking. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu keeps asking, what is the greatest in this? What is the greatest in this? What is the greatest sacrifice? Like that, he's asking one by one question. That's where we are today. We'll start there and then we'll continue to the next section where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals his form to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking one by one. So here, I'll go here because there's one line in the purport that's also important, connected to the verse itself. Chaitanya is asking, out of all the topics people listen to, which is the best topic for all living entities? So Ramananda Prabhu replied, hearing about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna is most pleasing to the ear. So Radha Krishna pastimes hearing is the most pleasing to hear. It is most pleasing for both liberated soul and conditioned souls also. Number one point. But the purport, Prabhupada cautions us with a couple of things. So let me refer to my notes also. The purport 255. Yeah. So one thing is Prabhupada cautions us, unless we are liberated, we should not hear and read about the intimate amorous pastimes between Radha and Krishna. That's one caution Prabhupada says. And how do we know when are we sufficiently advanced? Prabhupada writes in the purport. By practicing the regulative principles, one should rise to the platform of spontaneous attraction for Krishna. Then and only then should one hear about Radha Krishna Lila. I thought this is such a nice, simple way to understand. We're not there yet. So basically, most of us, we are doing devotion service as a regulation, as a practice to please our spiritual master, because we took a vow as a duty, like that. But when we get the spontaneous attraction to Krishna, that's when we are eligible to discuss and read intimate pastimes about Radha and Krishna Lila. That's the point being made here in this purport. Going to 256 verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, what is the chief worshipable object? That means who should we worship? He says, holy name of Radha and Krishna. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the chief worshipable object. That means how do you worship? We worship holy name by chanting and hearing. We worship Bhagavad Gita by reading and contemplating on subject matter and applying in our life, like that, right? So that's the holy name he is talking about. Next one, and what is the destination of those who desire liberation and those who desire sense gratifications? Kami, muktis, those who are jnanis who want liberation. This is a general liberation, talking about merging with Krishna, merging with body of Krishna, or merging with Brahmajyoti, like that. And then sense gratification, kami is also is talking about. Ramananda Rai replies, those who attempt to merge into the existence of Supreme Lord, that means Gnanis, they will have to accept the bodies of those of trees, it seems. Why? In the purport, it's clarified that they don't like to keep their individuality. So even if they merge in Brahmajyoti, that's as if like not moving anywhere, as if like trees only like that. That's how Prabhupada explains in the purport. And then those who are kamis, who are always after more and more sense gratification, what will happen? If they develop, if they do fruity activities according to the Vedic regulations, they'll go to the heavenly planets with the bodies of demigods like that. It's 257. Yeah. Purport has one more point. Obviously, even if somebody goes to heavenly planets, after the piety is done, they'll return back here. How do they return back? Prabhupada writes in the purport that they, after finishing the results of pious activities, the karmis return to this planet in the form of rain, and they begin their life as grass and plants in the evolutionary process. So that's where they start, it seems. So, yeah, 258. Let me go back to the 258. This is 258. No, this is 257, right? Okay, here is giving two analogies to compare those who are gnanis, who are after empirical knowledge, is comparing with the devotees who are enjoying the rasa. He's saying one example is how if a crow is there that is sucking on the juice from a bitter nimba fruit. See, nimba fruit means like what is it called? Nimai also. Nimai is under nimai tree, right? Neem tree, yeah, nimba tree. So this bitter juice they are trying to drink like crow, number one. So same analogy how it applies. Gnanis who are like compared to be like crows, and then who are trying to suck the juice from a bitter nimba like thing, like a knowledge, empirical knowledge. So speculative knowledge. So when they try to take like that, it's like crows, they say. That means they don't get real taste, they get bitter taste. Whereas devotees are compared to cuckoos who eat the buds of the mango tree of love of Godhead. Like devotees are relishing the rasas of Krishna Prema. So analogy, from analogy wise, cuckoos are eating sweet mango fruits instead of eating bitter nimba trees, like nimba fruits like that. So that's what is being discussed here. Yeah, I think that's good. Next one. Ramananda Rai concluded, the unfortunate empiric philosophers taste the dry process of philosophical knowledge, whereas the devotees regularly drink the nectar of Krishna Prema. Therefore, they're most fortunate of all. So he's describing that how they're fortunate, most fortunate devotees are most fortunate. He's elaborating on the previous verse. Now going to 260, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai kept on talking like this, it seems, whole night. And then they're relishing Krishna Katha like that. And they were chanting, dancing, and crying, it seems, while the night ended. So next day morning, they both went back to do their respective duties. In the evening, Ramananda Rai came back to meet the Lord again. So that evening, it seems, after discussing the topics of Krishna for some time, Ramananda Rai called hold of lotus feet of the Lord. He paid obeisance to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and started asking one doubt. What is that doubt? He says, there's a variety of transcendental truths. The truth about Krishna, truth about Radharani, truth about their loving affairs, truth about their transcendental humors, that means rasas, and the truth about the Lord's pastimes, Leelas. You have manifested all these transcendental truths in my heart. That is, whatever is speaking is because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifesting that truth in his heart, is recognizing that. And is comparing that, is saying this is exactly the way Narayana educated Lord Brahma. How Brahma got this knowledge in this heart from Supreme Lord. Same way you manifested these truths me, and like that is saying. And is saying Super Soul within the heart of everyone speaks not externally, but within himself, like that he's saying. And that's how he gives instruction. And to quote that, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is quoting the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, where the point here made is Supreme Lord only who imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being, like that. So then this just verse quoted. And then Ramananda Rai then said, he had but one doubt within his heart. What is that doubt? He's saying, please be merciful upon me and just remove my doubt. Like that is our requesting Ramananda Rai. What is the doubt? At first, I saw you appear like a sannyasi, but now I'm seeing you like a Sundara, the cowherd boy. And now see like a golden doll, because your body is full of golden luster. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having the luster or bodily complexion like Srimati Radharani and ecstasy like Srimati Radharani, right? That's why he's asking. So that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his form to him. That's why he's asking like that. I see that you're holding a flower to your mouth and your lotus eyes are moving very restlessly due to various ecstasies. Let me see the purports. Yeah, no other purports. Let me 266. Yeah, there's one purport, 265, there's one point. That is, whatever knowledge we have, whatever intelligence we have, that is coming only because of Krishna's mercy. Only Krishna is helping that to manifest in our heart. That is one important point coming out in this section. That Ramananda Rai recognized nicely. So going to 270, yeah, there are no purports here. Yeah, after this, I actually see you in this way, and this is very wonderful. Is seeing the wonderful form of Krishna. That's why he's saying it's very wonderful. And please tell me what is causing this. He's asking to clarify that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replies, interestingly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't say, oh, I'm Krishna, that's why you're seeing me like that. He says, you are a pure devotee, you are Mahabhava devotee. That's why you see Krishna everywhere, including in me, like that he's saying. That's what the next verses are. He's saying, your deep love for Krishna. And one who has such deep ecstatic love for Lord, naturally sees in such a way. Please take this from me to certain. And he's explaining. A devotee advanced on spiritual platform sees everything movable and inert as Supreme Lord. For him, everything he sees here and there is but a manifestation of Lord Krishna. So basically, as a devotees advance, all of us advance, when we become Mahabhagavata, it seems, we see everything mobile and immobile. That means everything moving. That means all living beings that are moving. And immobile means plants, trees, like that. But he doesn't see them exactly their forms. He sees their form of Krishna, he sees with them, it seems. Means he sees them in connection with Krishna. So purport, Prabhupada writes some nice points. One is that advanced devotee Mahabharata sees Krishna everywhere. And then he sees all the things as a manifestation of Krishna's energy. For example, advanced devotee sees a living being like us. It sees we have a combination of material energy from Krishna, that is body, with combination of spiritual energy as a soul, that is also part of Krishna, like that is his seems. So that's why when his devotee sees a tree, he sees combination of matter and spirit together like that. And the moment he sees a tree and thinks of two energies of Krishna, then he thinks about Krishna immediately. That is the point Prabhupada is making the purport. Now 275 is continuing that Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He sees everything. He sees within everything Krishna. That's why he always sees Krishna as a cause of all causes and understands that all things are situated in him, like that. Now 276 describes the plants, creepers and trees. This is a quote from Gopi Gita section of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, where gopis are seeing the plants, creepers and trees that are bowing down with fruits and flowers. So they're not just thinking, oh, they're trees are bending down like that. They're thinking, wow, they have so much love for Krishna. That's why they're trying to pay obeisances to Krishna. Like that, they're getting remembrance of Krishna. That's the example Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving us with this, how advanced devotees think like that. Their consciousness is like that. They automatically remember Krishna. Then he says, you are an advanced devotee. and always filled with ecstatic love for Radha and Krishna. Therefore, whatever you see simply awakens your Krishna consciousness. So that's the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is humbly placing him, saying that you are actually advanced devotee, that's why you're seeing Krishna like that. So this is something we can also learn. When somebody glorifies us, encourages us, we can take the encouragement, of course, but sometimes if they glorify more than what we are, we need to clearly understand it's only their good quality that they are able to appreciate something in us. Even we don't have something, but they're able to see that. Like that, we don't understand. Then we don't become proud or anything. Then Ramananda Rai replied, "My dear Lord, please give up all these serious talks. Please do not conceal your real form with me, from me," like that he's asking. Then that means don't hide your real form from me. Last two verses. Ramananda Rai continued, "My dear Lord, I can understand that you assume the ecstasy and bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani. By accepting this, you are tasting your own personal rasa and have therefore appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." Ramananda Prabhu is saying, you actually assume the ecstasy and bodily luster of Srimati Radharani. That's why you appear to me like that. Last verse for today. My dear Lord, you descended the incarnation of Lord Chaitanya. You came here as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for your own personal reasons. What are those? Two. Here in this context. One is to taste your own spiritual bliss, like how Srimati Radharani tastes the spiritual bliss in relation to Krishna, is tasting her own spiritual bliss. At the same time, you transcend the whole world by spreading the ecstasy of Krishna Prema. So that's why he's glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, uh, because he's showing him he is so fortunate that he could see Lord Chaitanya manifested his form before him. So that's where we can end here, and tomorrow we'll continue from 281. So we'll pause here. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita ki jai, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's offer obeisance to all the devotees of the Lord. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kupasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, devotees. This is a
Thank you,
Bhagavad Gita
Prabhu.
class that will start in 2 minutes at 7 o'clock. Sundarachala Prabhu is doing the class. If you have time, you can stay on. Otherwise, if you have other services, you can drop also. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.